Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Furman Transformation Podcast. I got a really neat topic today. It's going to be titled Search for the Anomaly. Now this is a really interesting piece because what we're talking about is something very, very important here. Identifying an anomaly in nature, okay? But more importantly, what that means in the business environment and how we can apply that to business. So first of all, I think we need to identify what is an anomaly. So an anomaly by definition is very simply something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. Okay? A rarity. Something very, very different from what is to be expected. Okay? Now, why is this important in general? I think anomalies are very interesting because anomalies open our eyes typically to what we're not seeing. So if you talk about, if you ever watch Strange Weather, or on the I believe that's a Discovery Channel show. Essentially, they'll show many different strange occurrences that occur in nature, which are actually real occurrences that you might never see unless you're in a very specialized part of the world, and it's something that if you did see it, you would be awestruck and completely frozen with either awe or fear. Because it is such a different occurrence that it's something that you would not normally experience. So that's kind of what you could understand is an anomaly in general. And before I go into business, I'll give you one more example. If you think of, if you revert real quick back to one of our previous episodes of Crafting the Chaos, if you think of the Big Bang as chaos, then you can also see that Earth is potentially one of the most profound anomalies maybe in the entirety of the universe. Potentially. Right? We don't know because we haven't discovered any other planets as of yet that we have confirmed have life. We don't know, what makes Earth an anomaly? Just having the exact perfect conditions, not only to spawn with life and with water and oxygen and nutrients and everything in just the right proportions and temperature, just the right amounts, that we have not only a single-celled or a multi-celled life or organisms, but we have intelligent life, which is us. So perhaps we are the most potentially advanced anomaly in the known universe. It's a possibility. Profound. And that lends itself to something that would be of importance. So you can understand why an anomaly would be important in general. Why are any anomalies important in business? Well, I think that's a really good question. And if you understand that an anomaly is something that is rare and often unexplained, what you can derive from that is that any known anomaly can either be very, very good or very, very bad. Because in nature, it is deviating for what is normal. So typically, something that is not normal can either be very good or very bad. Okay? Now, in Crafting the Chaos, going back to our previous episode, catalyzing chaos, mastering chaos, will inevitably lead to many anomalies. Okay, just like the Big Bang has led to Earth, and if you believe in science, If not, I'm not here to have any kind of talks like that. But in theory, if you take that approach, you can see how the Earth would then be would then be an anomaly, and maybe one of many. We don't know. Maybe one of many, right? Okay. So, point being, creating chaos. If you understand that and you can create, craft, and master chaos, and you're very good at that, you will ultimately create, inadvertently, many, many anomalies throughout the course of crafting chaos. So this is important because that is one of the results that you want to get from the chaos, because you can either have a very, very bad anomaly that you need to find, identify, and dismiss immediately, or you have a very, very good anomaly that becomes the differentiator or the seed that literally sets the entire tone for that product and puts you, again, miles ahead of the competition with that one seed, that one anomaly, that one difference that none of your competition will have. Because an anomaly, by definition, is something that is not not expected or not normal in everyday circumstances. So if you generate that anomaly, the likelihood that your competition generated it is 1 to 1 million, maybe less. 1 to 1 billion, maybe 1 to 1 trillion, maybe less than that. Because by definition, that's what an anomaly is. The more chaos you create and more chaos you craft that's controlled, the more anomalies you will ultimately come across. So search for the anomaly, good or bad. Always search for the anomaly. If it's bad, you want to be able to identify the bad anomaly and understand it for what it is, so that you know to get rid of it. But if it's a good anomaly, you will know if it's a good anomaly. That anomaly can be the thing that sets you apart. And where I think this is the most important, and this is where I'll focus and leave it, is specifically in tech, in innovation. Hugely important, perhaps the most important thing, because by definition, that's what innovation is. Right? So if we're talking about, and in the context specifically of product or service development, that's what we're all doing right now. It's what everybody's doing in tech. It's product and service development. Okay? When everybody's trying to do the same thing, the company that creates the chaos, that creates that one anomaly, the 1 to 1 million or 1 to 1 billion or 1 to 1 trillion anomaly, that's the anomaly that takes a technology somewhere where nobody's been. That's an anomaly that brings a narrow AI to an AGI, or an AGI to an ASI, which would probably happen from the AGI anyway, but a narrow AI to an AGI. That's the anomaly that makes IoT universal. And so on and so forth. Apply that to any technology. The anomaly will be the golden ticket. And I've said, before, there is no golden ticket, but it's that old expression, the harder I work, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Well, the same concept with chaos. The more chaos you create and craft, the more lottery tickets you're going to get. They're not all going to be good, because there's bad anomalies too. It's just about the amount of chaos that you're creating. Okay? But when you do that and you search for those anomalies, you search for that anomaly, that good anomaly, and you find it, and you will, and you put that into your product and solidify that in there, that's when you become the best. Again, thanks for listening. It's been a Furman Transformation Podcast. Pleasure to be here with you guys. If you got any questions, you can feel free to reach out. We have free consultations. Always a pleasure to hear from new prospects and new clients. Again, we're a growth agency. We work with mainly with growth stage tech companies, catalyzing a lot of this growth. We are the biz dev engine. So if you've got tech chops, but you don't have business development, or you have a little bit of business development, but you really need to get to the next level, and you're sick and tired of being where you're at, and you want to cultivate a product that's going to be ahead of everybody else, and you want biz dev that's going to be ahead of everybody else, you give me a call and we will talk. All right, thanks so much. Again, Jonathan Furman, Furman Transformation, 561-571-0638. We'll talk again soon. Thanks so much.